What's up YouTube? Welcome to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be answering a question we received from one of our subscribers a while ago. And that was, is there any tools that are in the background, unsung heroes that you couldn't do without, that make your life so much easier, but you never really talk about? And I gave it some thought because I was thinking to myself, well, we review things like the black spatulas, which we said were like the best cheap tool you can buy. We mentioned about those board mates, you know, those things that help you put up plasterboard, all brilliant tools which are almost unsung heroes, but we have also spoken about them on the channel. So I gave it some thought, spoke to Luke about it as well, and we both came up with exactly the same conclusion, same decision on a tool that we have on us all the time, but you never see it. Pretty much every single video you've ever seen, we are carrying this and we never show it. What is the tool? Well, it is this here. Now, I know you're thinking, oh my goodness, this is turning into an EDC video. It really isn't. We actually use a Swiss Army knife at work all the time. Now, the one that I particularly have is called the Farmer X, and for the most part, we use absolutely everything on this knife for work all the time. Now, one thing I will stress as to why it's an unsung hero, but it never really makes the channel, is because all the tools on the knife are not replacements for the actual thing that we should be using, but rather when you're caught in a bind, this always comes in handy. For instance, let me explain. So, on the video here, you can see you've got a bottle opener. Obviously, I'm not drinking beers at work, but it has a wide slotted screwdriver. Again, we use that for sockets. It has a can opener. Again, we're not opening cans at work, but it has, again, a small slotted screwdriver. Again, if you can't get the socket undone with the big one, you've got the little one, but it also undoes grub screws and Phillips screws as well. It has a awl or a bradawl, whatever you want to call it. Now, this is probably my most favourite and used tool. Now, one of the things we use this for most of the time is when we're rendering, for instance, we will split bags with this awl. So cement bags, and if you're buying singles of sand and cement, we will use this awl to split the bags open rather than using a Stanley knife, because you can go back in your pocket really nice and easily. Also, it's quite handy for cleaning out sockets. Don't always use it for cleaning out sockets, but in a pinch, it works really well. Main blade, it's only stainless steel, but Swiss Army knives or Victorinox make a really good sharp knife. It's really easy to sharpen. We use this for cutting mesh all the time. Like these walls behind me here, they've been meshed, and I never really use a Stanley knife or anything like that. I will actually use the main blade on it. Also, I'll use the main blade for things like cutting carpet tape as well, if we're sticking that down, because it's just handy in the pocket. Also on the Farmer X as well, if you don't know your Swiss Army knives, the reason it makes it a Farmer is because it has a saw. Now you might be thinking, what the hell are you using a saw for? Well, this saw actually makes a really good pad saw. Now, again, I must stress, I don't substitute this for a proper pad saw. If I've got one there, I will use it. But how often is it that you've gone to put a bit of board up and it's, oh, it doesn't quite fit, or you've got to cut something out, get around a pipe, whatever. This saw is just amazing. They're ridiculously sharp, and they cut plasterboard like a dream. So you've got a little pad saw in your pocket as well. And then the thing that makes it an X of a Farmer X is it has a pair of scissors. Now, this is probably the tool that I use the very least at work. In fact, I can't really think of an occasion where I do use it, because I've got to cut something. Generally, I use my knife. The reason I have the Farmer X is because I do carry this every day. My son and I, we quite like shooting slingshots, so generally I cut the bands down with these scissors. They're ridiculously sharp, but the scissors are not so much necessary for the application as a plasterer. But there you have it. Now, as I said, not a substitute for the main tool. Obviously, a slotted screwdriver is better than this. Obviously, a Phillips screwdriver is better than this. Obviously, a pad saw is better than this. You know, Stanley knives you know, they're disposable, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to sharpen the blade up. So in that respect, it's better. But this is just more convenient. When I don't have the tool to hand or I'm caught in a bit of a bind, this is what we use. I think in the UK, the Farmer X is a fairly dear Swiss Army knife. I think it's maybe about £60. But if you weren't bothered by the scissors, I think the Farmer, which is basically this knife without the scissors, maybe comes in around 35, 40 quid, something like that. So they are very, very reasonably priced. Excellent warranty on them. But for plastering applications, this is mine and Luke's unsung hero as far as tools go. As I say, you never see it on the channel. You probably never see it again. But know that if you see a slight lump in my pocket, that is what it is. It is a Swiss Army knife. And we thoroughly recommend having something like this as a get you out of jail free card when you're working and you're caught in a pinch. Hope this video is helpful, and I hope it answered the question to the subscriber asking us if there's any unsung tools that we never really talk about that you can recommend. There you have it, the Farmer X. Thanks again, catch you on the next one.